Welcome to Local Matters. I'm Elizabeth Shanahan-Jewett, and I hope this week has been good to you. For the month of July, we're taking a look back at some of our most popular stories. What happens when you find what you love to do, long after you've been doing something else? Find out how friendship, a Christmas gift, and a love for craft brewing helped give best friends Hans, Kenny, and JR their second wind.
So Second Wind started from me and my two partners, Kenny and JR. Originally home brewers. We always had the passion for home brewing.
So Hans, JR, and I met locally, largely through the craft beer establishments like New World Tavern and Driftwood Public House. Hans had an apartment brewing setup.
My best friend got me into the craft beer scene and got me a brewing kit for Christmas. And I pretty much fell in love with it. I wanted to learn everything there was to know about beer.
And from there, we decided, the three of us clicked really well together in terms of this being a passion to pursue and a business that we thought would be profitable in this area.
We've been here, we've actually started our first batch about 2 years ago, October.
So we leased this space at Howland Street in 2016, and we built it out through 2017, started brewing around Halloween. Our tap room opened in May of 2018, so we've been open almost a year and a half. I had gone to business school with the intent of eventually opening my own company, but really wanted to find something I was passionate about and realized this craft beer boom was occurring around us, and I met people with like-minded interest in seeing, a small community brewery grow into, potentially a regional brand someday. So with that passion, we obviously wanted to make a quality product, learn from brewing, learn from other brewers, and also learn from other sources. So we studied, we read books. First step was recognizing we didn't have a lot of the skills needed to run a brewery besides brewing beer. So we found jobs locally. We worked at independent fermentations from when it opened, as well as craft beer cellar. So through those organizations, we had learned different aspects of the business you wouldn't know as a home brewer.
None of us have actually had formal brewing, aside from a couple classes here and there, but mostly books and basically self-taught.
The series of books on malt, water, yeast, hops, the tasting beer series, the draft quality manual. So we really wanted to be masters of the craft, shy of going to a certificate program or going to school over in Germany. We spent our free time where we weren't working, studying craft and brewing beer.
I would say if you're thinking of starting a new career path, I'd say definitely experience matters and research matters. Do your research. Get as much experience as you can. Talk to everybody who's in the business, and all that helps. It makes it easier for that transition to jump from your mundane 9 to 5 to whatever you want to do for the fun of it.
It's easier to answer what my role is through subtraction. Hans is our head brewer, so he is here full-time brewing all the batches. We brew 4 batches a week.
I typically brew Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Those are usually my brew days. The other days following that are anything that might need to go on in the brew house.
JR comes in on the weekends and does a lot of our cellaring or cleaning. I do pretty much what's left. So multiple hats are sales, marketing, advertising, procurement, distribution. I'm the delivery guy. I take the orders and also help shape what we brew based on what the market is looking for, and work with Hans in terms of developing what beers we want to put out next based on what trends we see coming. If I had to pick a beer to offer to a stranger that captured the essence of our brewery, it'd probably be one of our milkshake IPAs. They're kind of a controversial style in that they're not traditional, they're highly unfounded in terms of having specifications to meet, but we enjoy adding the culinary influences of our brewing into different new kind of trendy styles of beer. Our most popular is called Snowbird, We have Honeybell Tangelos that we buy from Florida. They're only harvested in late January. We zest the peels for our Belgian-style wheat beer, Howlin' at the Moon, and then we're left with this gorgeous, juicy fruit.
Howlin' at the Moon is a Belgian wit beer brewed with orange peel, coriander, and also Belgian wit yeast that gives it that hazy character to it. So it's got a slight citrus note to it, but pretty much well balanced. So Second Wind is part of a community of brewers all over the South Shore. We actually have, I think, 10 or 11 in our South Shore Beer Club. We're all very supportive of each other, that we actually started a type of a guild to support each other. It kind of goes both ways when it comes to competition. Although we're all trying to do our best to try to outshine each other, we are very supportive of each other. Each and every one of us send each other to other breweries, things like that. We have a lot of fun with these guys. We meet once a month, not only for our South Shore Beer meetings, but also festivals, events, things like that. We're always excited to get together and do things.
It's been a long path to get here. We've probably been brewing together about 7 years, but now we've got our own place.
This is our Second Wind.
Plymouth, Mass. has more than just one cool rock. Check out Max and James as they tool through some tricks at the Plymouth Skatepark.
What's up, guys? James and I have been skating Plymouth Skatepark, and it's been a lot of fun. There's a lot of obstacles to skate, and let's check it out. Plymouth Skate Park was a lot of fun to skate. James and I had a good time. And when you leave the park, please make sure to leave gracefully.
There we go.
Historic downtown Plymouth has lots of opportunities for great selfie photos, but the most unique may be the 29 custom scallop shells sponsored by local organizations and painted by local artists. Learn the origin story of this interactive public arts installation from the Plymouth Chamber of Commerce, Icon Poly, the Fabricator, and one of the local artists. In this episode of Apps Untapped, Tiff and Erica offer some tips and tricks for using MyFitnessPal to better your health journey.
Hi there, Tiff here again to bring you another installment of Apps Untapped. Now, I don't know about you, but this pandemic has me feeling a little fluffy. There's been a lot of ice cream in my life lately, so I've decided to kickstart my health journey. Okay, fine, I'm gonna restart my health journey. I've started and stopped like 5 times. But hey, we all make mistakes, like that time in the last episode when you can see my mic cord. But there are ways around it, and I'm gonna show you how. And like with any nutritional program, you need to hold yourself accountable. So today, I'm gonna talk about MyFitnessPal. All right, disclaimer time. I'm not a doctor or a nutritionist. I'm just a girl who wants to look good in a bathing suit and not die when I walk up a flight of stairs. So if you want to get healthy and need some professional advice, you should probably contact someone who went to school for it. These are just some friendly tips from this guy to you. Anyway, where was I? Oh, MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal has a free version that has a lot to offer. You can track food, fitness, weight, and water. And it has some valuable resources like workouts and recipes. All right, let's start with food. Right from the gate, you're gonna see that the app has a calorie tracker. Depending on what your weight or activity level is, the app will suggest a daily goal. If you exercise, which as much as I hate to say it, you probably should, the number of calories you will eat will increase as you burn calories. For me, the best thing about the app is the food diary. It breaks it down to 3 meals plus a snack section. There's a really large database of food, so more than likely if you ate it, it's there. Now I'm going to show you how to add food to your diary. You can add it through the tracking options, or you can go to your diary at the bottom of the screen. For breakfast, I had an avocado because, well, avocados are delicious. I'm going to go to the search bar, type in avocado, and boom, you'll see a whole mess of avocado options. As you can see, it breaks down all of your nutritional information, your carbs, your fats, your proteins. Now, if you want to see where you're at nutrition-wise for the day, you'll notice that the diary has a nutrition button at the bottom of the screen. If you tap on that, the app gives you a snapshot of your day using this nifty pie graph. It also breaks it down into nutrient and macros, if you're interested. Another cool thing about the diary is that you can actually take recipes from either MyFitnessPal or other websites and add them to your diary. All you have to do is tap this plus sign here, and then tap Create a Recipe, and then add to web. As part of your routine, you may want to track your exercise as well. Tracking your physical activity helps give you an idea of how many calories you're burning versus how many calories you're consuming. When you add your exercise, it will give you the option of cardio, strength, or you can add a workout from MyFitnessPal. When you add your exercise into the app, you'll see that it gives you a wide range of activities. You'll also notice that you can save exercise routines that you do the most, which is a bit more convenient. Now let's move on to tracking weight. Weight, my favorite. When you enter your poundage, it will immediately go to the progress page, and you see this fancy line graph that tracks how you're doing. You can also take a picture. It's kind of cool to see how your body's morphed over time. So you're probably gonna wanna keep track of how much water you're guzzling, so you don't forget. There's a place at the bottom of the screen. You can add water in cups, ounces, and I'm not quite sure why you would need milliliters, but hey, you do you. Now let's talk about the other fun things this app has to offer. On the home page, MyFitnessPal will give you free workouts, recipes, and blogs to help you stay on track. I've done some of the quick workouts, and they're pretty easy things you can do at home. There's also some quick workouts out there, just in case you're someone who wants to get it over with. Another cool thing about MyFitnessPal is that when you and your friends add your progress or activities, the app posts it almost like the Facebook interface. And you can like or comment on your post to root your friends on. Now that we know a bit more about the app, let me give you a few things that I've learned. These tips might help you save some time and energy. Try to get into a routine when tracking food. It's a good idea to log in each meal so you don't forget what you ate. My philosophy right now is if I bite it, I write it. Oh, and I almost forgot. You can actually set a reminder on the app that will prompt you to log in your meal, but it's hidden, so I wanted to point out where you can find it. You can find it by clicking more on the bottom left corner. Though it's a great idea to track your exercise, I noticed that sometimes when it comes to the calorie burning, the app is a little too generous. Sometimes it overestimates how many calories you've burned, which can throw you off as to how many calories you can actually eat. To get a better idea of how many calories you're burning, I would recommend relying on whatever step tracking device you use. Join in on the community. The good thing about MyFitnessPal is that it is community-based. Invite your friends to join. You can share your successes and support each other. Make it a friendly competition. The first person who forgets to log in their meal, well, they get to buy drinks. Healthy drinks, like ones with spinach. So now you have another tool to assist you in your health journey. Go you! Living a healthy lifestyle can be hard. There are so many tasty temptations out there. But just know that you're not in it alone and that we're all in this together. And good for you for getting into fitness instead of fitting this whole pizza in your mouth. This has been Apps Untapped. It's been great chatting with you. Be well.
And because she's so great at dispensing useful info in a fun way, here's Tiffany again with an In the Know invented in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, home to revolutionary thinkers, delicious seafood, majestic views, and the founding of the United States of America. But did you know that Massachusetts is also home to essential things we use in our everyday lives? Here's one creation you may or may not have known that was invented in the Bay State. What would we do without the World Wide Web? No, not the internet. The World Wide Web. What's the difference? The internet is how we connect computers to send information, whereas the World Wide Web are the pages we navigate to, which is why every website you go to has a www before it. In 1989, British computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee came up with a way to make information easier and faster to share between scientists. Tim brought the idea to his boss at CERN, a Swiss technology company, who basically said, very interesting, but can you get back to work, please? Tim soon realized that his idea was big, and that the web's true value would only be unleashed if anyone, anywhere could use it for free and without permission. In 1994, Tim took his ideas to MIT. That's where Massachusetts comes in, where he created the World Wide Web Consortium, an international community of scientists that spends its time developing web standards. And that's where the World Wide Web exploded. As of its 25th anniversary, W3C reported that 2 out of 5 people worldwide use the web to access content. Oh, and on a side note, Tim also invented HTML, URL, and HTTP. Yikes, smart guy. Thanks, Tim Berners-Lee, for making our lives way easier. See what I did there? For more information on famous inventions from Mass, like and follow the local scene on Facebook, Insta, and Twitter. This has been Invented in Massachusetts Part 1. Now you're in the know.
Legendary musician John Prine passed over in April of last year, and our friends the Lindsays honor him and gift us with a cover of his song, Speed of the Sound of Loneliness. Enjoy.
Hi, we're the Lindsays, and we're going to play a John Prine song. John Prine passed away on April 9th. He was one of the world's greatest songwriters, really, and we do a lot of his songs, and this is one of them.
Come on late and you come home early. Come on big when you're feeling small. You come on straight and you come on curly. Sometimes you don't come home at all. What in the world has come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? Broken the speed and the sound of loneliness. Out there running just to be on the run. I got a heart that I got a worried and a jealous man. How can the love that lasts forever get so far left behind? What in the world has come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? Broken the speed and the sound of loneliness. Out there running just to be on the run. Somebody mean and a dreadful sorrow cross this troubled land today. How can you ask about tomorrow? We ain't got one word to say. What in the world has come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? Broken the speed and the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. What in the world has come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? Broken the speed and the sound of loneliness. Out there running just to be on the run. Out there running just to be on the run.
Thank you, Sue and Stephen, the Lindsays, and thank you for watching this episode of Local Matters. From all of us at PAC TV, have a safe and happy week. We'll see you next time.